Hey guys, it's Josh. Today we're going to talk about detecting threats in AWS with AI, leveraging CloudTrail and VPC Flow Logs with MixMode AI. All right, so let's get into it. Let me share a diagram I have that I want to go over today, and then I'm going to just bring up some writing tools. All right, so two options for threat detection with AI in the cloud. You're going to have packets, which is VPC traffic mirroring, and then you're going to have CloudTrail and VPC Flow Logs. So very quickly, what's the difference? Traffic, in packets is only going to be available on EC2 VPCs. So you can do AWS VPC traffic mirroring, take a copy of packets, send that to the mixed mode sensor or sensor of your choice to analyze packets. That's one way to do it. Only available on EC2 lift and shift, only where you can get packets. The native services is only available on VPCs. Now, Flow Logs and CloudTrail. Flow Log is going to be for everything in Amazon VPC. It's going to create IP port, very similar to NetFlow. The richest source that I would argue is CloudTrail Logs. So everything over here, these advanced services, and there's many, this is just a small list, things that are, we're doing S3 buckets, AWS Fargate, EKS, Athena, all these services that AWS offers, you can't get packets out of those because those are AWS services. But what gets generated is a CloudTrail log for each of the activities inside of these AWS services. At MixMode, we take that CloudTrail log and apply AI to it to detect abnormal behavior at scale. So how does that work? So within your AWS cloud, we deploy a Lambda function that looks at the S3 bucket where your CloudTrail and Flow Logs are stored. In most instances, when you set up CloudTrail logs and VPC Flow Logs, they're getting stored in an S3 bucket. We need to read that S3 bucket, and then we can generate AI alerts and detections at scale. And that's going to be using things like operators for roles, usernames, S3 bucket names, service names. So the context you have is so rich compared to just IP port, which is still good. But the CloudTrail logs, when something does pop, the data you get behind it is so powerful. You can see here's some of the detections and the types of things we're getting. It's so powerful. So when you see a detection of get user activity or event name activity or a username or an API that's not being leveraged, when you follow that workflow, you're going to have all the rich details of that CloudTrail logs. But the real problem we're solving is you have all these CloudTrail logs sitting inside this S3 bucket. So when there's an incident, retroactively, you could go through and sift and say, what was Josh's application doing? What was happening? We're changing that, flipping it on a head and using AI to be able to actively monitor those events in real time so that we can bubble up these detections and stop these threats before they become a full-blown breach. All right, guys, hope this is helpful. Thanks so much.